What do you say now?
Nah. It was fast. What are we here? We like 200 people, huh? If we go down to the yard now, how many will fight? How many will fight? Put on gloves, you don't know your opponent. How many will fight the chances? Now, we go now. 2 guys. You go now, you don't know who you're gonna fight. You can fight a big guy, a small guy, but how many of you will fight?
6 guys.
Okay,
7.
You go down to the supermarket, huh? You go with your mom. This big guy, he bumps into your mom. He said, "What the fuck you do, you whore?" Huh? How the fuck? You slap your mom around. How many of you will fight? Oi. What is the difference? I would say, have you fought my mom too? You tell me the difference, huh? If you don't want to fight down here, safe down here, but you want to fight these big guys, maybe he got, some funny stuff in his nose, he takes steroids, big tattoos on his arm, big crosses, how many guys he killed. You want to fight this guy, but you don't want to, only 6 guys want to fight down here. You think you think that can be real? If you don't want to fight down here, and you want to fight this big guy is much more dangerous, but you still want to fight him. You explain it to me. You understand it?
Yes.
Huh? See, we have this class in the WT center, and I said, okay guys, how many of you would defend your mom? Yeah, we all want to defend, come on. They say, okay, and we teach the class, we teach some stuff, and I pull one at the time I took them to another room, the guys, huh? And I said, you put that helmet on now, and you and me will fight. And I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna kick you so much. I'm gonna kick your teeth out, I'm gonna thump. And they said, you cannot do that, you're my instructor. Come on, I sit down, you just hit me, don't worry. You understand? But they all said, yeah, I wanna defend my mom. But only 2 of class of 30 people want to fight me in the other room, huh? Can you see? It's all about the brain. Brain is playing with you. You say now, we're so strong, huh? Of course we can do Wing Chun, of course we can do martial arts. It's difficult, guys want to come harassing my mom. I want to defend my mom. But you don't want to fight down here. You don't want to fight if I take you to another room. SIfu Henning took you to another room. I cannot see. You understand? There's something wrong here. But it's your brain playing with you. Okay? It's very important for me to say that. Of course, everybody is afraid of fighting.
Even you?
Yeah, of course.
You're not kidding? You're afraid?
I'm very afraid. Very afraid. But I'm doing it. Okay? And another thing I have to say, it's very important for me to say that a lot of the guys who are in the top of the WT now have like 250 fights. You SIfu here, you new SIfu Morten, SIfu Kenneth, SIfu David, they had a lot of fight, and see where they are now. They're so strong. And nobody can fuck with those guys. They're so strong, they have so much confidence in themselves. Okay, but they did it the hard way. I'm not saying that everybody gonna, running around, fight. A lot of you guys do it technical and want to have like the martial arts side of it. But I think it's important that you also know your limits and you also have to try to fight. Okay? So don't let your brain stop you. It's very important. See, we also have this, we only have 1 fighter class in the WT Center every Thursday, 2 o'clock. And a lot of the guys, all the guys come, oh, it's so shitty that it's 2 o'clock. We work, we cannot come 2 o'clock. Okay, we did a class 6 o'clock Friday. Friday, 6 o'clock, I had to go to disco, I cannot have blue eyes. What are you thinking about? All those guys, who said, we can come at 6 o'clock, just name the day. It took Friday, 1, 2 shows up. You see him here, Casper comes. Nobody comes. It's all about the brain. Of course, or the ego. Maybe they're not so good as they think they are. Maybe they can be punched around. Maybe they're gonna meet this huge guy, Dennis, we have in the WT Center, 105 kilo, 60% of fat, big arms. I'm not gonna meet him. But tell me, the guy can come on the street. Huh? What do you want to do if he bumps into you at the street? He'd probably take one of you guys because you're small. He's not taking Alan. Stand up, please. He's not taking this guy, huh? This guy is gonna kick his ass. Oh, sit down. No, I take you. Stand up. See, much more easy. But what should this guy do? What should this guy do if this big guy comes around? Should he lie down? Listen up. Should he let him kick his teeth out, saying, "Oh, that will be very easy"? You understand? Or should he fight his chance? What should he do? Of course he should fight his chance. Nobody should fuck with you. Okay? Maybe he got smacked around anyway, but he's really, his strength is in it. He's gonna be very dangerous opponent. But why shouldn't then try and have a VT fight? No. So, something to think about. And don't let your brains play with you. It's all here. All here.
And let me tell you one more thing. Carsten just came here, he never knew this was going to happen. He's never prepared for anything. I'm just asking for fun. I think, let me see how he will react if I say that. And you see what he did? And this should teach you one more thing. The utility of this psychology, the utility of this way of looking at things, you can use it in every place and every area of your life. Just thinking that courage is not a feeling. Courage is an act in spite of a feeling. Did you get it? Courage is not a feeling. I mean, if you wait for the feeling, you think Carsten just felt totally great that he's going to speak to you now? Of course not. He never knew it. I'm even surprised myself that he did it.
In a foreign language?
I thought he will, yeah, in a foreign language. I thought he will make some excuse, but I'm totally proud that he didn't do it. And I wish I had some kind of test I could sign to pass this test. Because this is totally what it's all about. And this is where you should start to think. Of course it's not about getting your nose hit. Of course it's not about hitting each other. It's not the psychology of a fighter just to go and kill somebody. That's just for animals or psychos. You don't want anything to do with them. The psychology of the fighter is just this only one thing. The ability to face an unknown situation and act with what you have. It's not that you want to fight the guy and you just stand up and just give your 10%. You might as well have done nothing. It's just play your cards as well as you can. Play as cards as well as you can. If you have like so much power, you are 70 kilos, you fight with your 70 kilos and give everything you have. If you're 170 kilos, you fight with your 170 kilos and give everything you have. This is the aim and goal of this thing. So then you'll be able to sit in front of 200 people without any preparation or anything and just speak. How is it possible? Because you know that you shouldn't wait for the feeling to come. Waiting for the feeling means, no, I don't really feel up to it. I think most of you guys would have said it if I, like Carsten said, you want to go and fight in the yard right now? Why didn't you put your finger up? Because, no, what was the excuse? I'm sure there must have been an excuse inside. Something like, no, this is not my game, or no, I'm not really prepared, or maybe, oh, I just ate, or I just drank, or my toe is a little bit hurting, and my hair is a little bit wrong today. Or you can have, there's so many things which pops up from inside. These are your real enemies, not the guy who stands outside. And with the gloves on, I want to punch your nose. He's not your enemy. The real enemy is this guy inside, who says all these things to you. I'm not saying go and do everything you're scared of. I'm not saying you're scared of robbing a bank. Hey, rob it. You're scared of punching old ladies and stealing their money. Hey, do it. Of course, that would be stupidity. I'm only saying, within every man's heart they have a desire. Within every man's heart there's something. Oh, I wish I could do that. But I just tell you, you can. You can do anything you can think of. You can do anything you really put your heart into and you want to do it. But then you have to realize the next thing. And the next thing is, but before I go into the next thing, I'll just say it again. Courage is not a feeling. It is an act in spite of a feeling. And in spite means just this. You feel scared, but you do it anyway. This means in spite. Because we can never call it courage if you do an action. The action itself, in and of itself, it means absolutely nothing. So Carsten is a really, really great fighter. And my son is down here. He's a real bully in the school. Now if one of his friends comes to him and Marcus says, blah, 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 whatever, and that guy stands up to him, that guy is courageous. Because I think he will feel fear, but he does it anyway. So he's a courageous guy. But if Marcus comes to Carsten and say, hey, and Carsten just slaps him, you think he's a courageous guy? Of course not, because he never felt fear. It was never a challenge for him. So we can never call it courage unless it's something which challenges you. So. Huh?
Try car.
So, but what, you're totally right. How can you even think of something? I thought you were my friend. But what I mean to say is, there's a kind of steps here. You can move on along the steps. It's like what was courageous when you were in one point of time. It means nothing to you later. Then you need another thing which will challenge you. Now you were the champion of WT Center. But now we're suddenly amongst all the people. They're from Finland. If we had a fight amongst each other, you can't feel totally sure. You maybe feel sure I can beat everybody in my center. I'm so strong. But suddenly there's 5 countries here. You think you can beat everybody? I don't know. So again the fear comes. And then if that is enough, then the next, you move the limits. You move the limits and you move into other areas. The only thing is you have the same technique everywhere. So I don't know if you ever spoke in front of so many people or without having prepared, but you have the technology within your brain or within your system to face the challenge. When it rises in front of you, if you think this is an intelligent thing to do, this is a thing I would like to do in my life, you can do it. Or at least you can give your best shot at it. It's not that you have to be successful. The only guys who are really not successful are the guys who don't want to try it even. This is the least success you can get. Because you don't want to try because you have fear of failure. This should not be your thing. You should face it, even though you feel fear, and act in spite of it. And when I say this, I don't expect everybody to go and fight. It's not at all interesting. I don't think all of you should fight, not at all. I think some of you should fight. The guys who really need it, maybe they're instructors and they really, the whole Wing Chun is their whole life. I think you should try it, of course. But the rest of the guys, really fighting full contact is not necessary. You can be a really strong Wing Chun fighter without fighting. I've seen it thousands of times. And I can tell you one more thing. Unless you plan to spend 1 year or maybe 1.5 years with the fighting, I think you can try it once. That's okay for everybody. But you shouldn't spend more time with unless you have a year to spare where you can concentrate, because this takes a lot of energy to do it. And I will tell you another thing. If you take more fights and you don't go the whole way, I think it will make you weaker. It will make you a less good fighter, because doubt will enter your mind. Everybody stand up and watch.
Nice job.
Can you curse shop?
Huh? Yes, not everybody of you should do the full contact fighting, and the reason is just this. If you don't have time to really train hard, if you don't have time to really engage yourself for 1 year and 1.5 years so you can go through the whole thing, then it tends to weaken your mind in the sense that doubt starts to enter. Without the full contact and you go and train and you fight, then your SIfu tells you, hey, you're doing Wing Chun, it's invincible. You have chain punch, it's fantastic. Oh, you have this and that, great. You are just an invincible killer and fighter, and you really feel it and you think it and you carry yourself in such a way that it's just coming from you. The guy looks confident. It's just like, hey, I'm a Wing Chun fighter. And you know there's other Wing Chun fighters who fought the whole world, and you feel, hey, I'm one of them. I can also fight the whole world. It's not that you ever tested yourself, it's just that you feel, hey, I'm a member of the Wing Chun group. I can fight anybody, because Wing Chun is so superior to any other thing. And just this feeling, just this thinking in and of itself will make you look invincible when you walk. And this will in and of itself discourage anybody from attacking you. And what my experience has been over the years is this: once you enter the full contact, these things start to finish. Because when you enter, you're sure you're gonna get hit. And the other guy is gonna get hit, and you're gonna get hit, and you're gonna think like you just thought, hey, what happened to my bongsau? And you will maybe be discouraged because you felt, Wing Chun was such, what do you say, it was so intelligent, it was so well thought out, and center line, and bongsau, and wow, it's fantastic. And when you fight, you can't do it. And you just starts to feel lousy. And you think maybe I should do boxing instead, or maybe I should do wrestling, or maybe I should take steroids or whatever. So all these things start to enter, and this is your own real worst enemy which enters your mind now. This is your own inside, fear, doubt, and worry. They start to come up. They surface, and you have to take each of them and look at it and continue. And if you then continue and you discard your fear, you discard your worries, you get rid of all these things and you continue, then you will be a totally different person within 1 year. This is what I told about Casper. Last year he had 0 fights and he had 0 confidence. No, I don't know about that. But this year he has 30 fights. And I think if you ask him, he has confidence but in a realistic way. He said, I don't know if I can beat everybody, but I know I can damn well try my best against anybody. And this is all it takes. This is all it takes. And then we come to the next, as we were talking about, and that is the giving yourself 100% when you really enter something. Just try it. Suppose Carsten had started to open his mouth today, and he didn't say much. He said, would you like it? I don't think so. But I asked him to do it, and he did it, not 70%, he did it 110%. And then it became a good thing he did. So when you fight, it's just the same thing. You can imagine you have like 100 soldiers here, and your enemy is coming from this side. If you want to if it's not a strategy game, I don't know about strategy, maybe somebody's coming from behind, and you should not let all the soldiers out. But if it's just one-to-one combat, I can damn well tell you, if you have 100 soldiers, you better let all of them out, and you just attack the guy with your 100 soldiers. Then you will become for anybody, you will be a difficult opponent. And how can I say that? I can say that because I was 10 years in the door, and I've seen a small guy, but his brain was gone. Why? He was sniffing this and that, and he thought he was Superman. Hey, he was fucking dangerous. He didn't have any muscles, he didn't have any technique, but he totally believed in himself. And he had no blocks, no fear to stop him, which means whatever little power he had, he was applying that power. He was totally a dangerous man. So likewise, imagine you have power, you have technique. How dangerous will you be if you give it your 100%? That would be enough. The olden samurais, they had the bushido. That was the way of the warrior. And Musashi, he said, even the one thing, or contemporaries living at the same time as Musashi, they said, this is bushido, so many, like 4 things that is most important, like honor your parents, or blah, 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 live according to way. But they said the cornerstone, the most important thing, and without this, all the rest is just bullshit. It means resolute acceptance of death. It means, and what does it mean, resolute acceptance of death? It means whenever there's a choice between life and death, you just choose death. Because what do you have to lose now? You're dead anyway. You can lose nothing. And just this feeling, imagine you stand in front of a person, you're gonna fight him, and you just feel this confidence coming and determination coming from him. He's ready to die. Yeah, he will fight you, he might lose, but he's ready to die in trying. You think you would like to fight him? I don't think so. And my experience is just this. This is what will stop the most fights. The most fights will be stopped just then. You can be such a nice person, you can be very intelligent, you can be very well spoken, and you can be nice to your enemy and everything. But if you have something in your eyes which tells him, this guy, he's gonna try his best. If I go against this guy, if I try to slap him, if I try to hit him, he's gonna give me whatever he has. That in and of itself will just stop the fight. I think all the guys who've been in the street, they've seen this many, many, many times. You might think, oh, when you've been in the street for some years, you start to think, hey, I'd really love to not fight. And then you're walking, and then there's a guy who really wants to fight you, and you say, why the fuck me? Why you all have to pick on me? Couldn't you just pick on somebody else? And you just try to totally avoid it all the time. You say, hey, listen, you're such a dangerous guy. I would never like to fight you. Hey, leave me alone. And he just keeps coming at you. And suddenly you turn around and you say, fuck you, what? Come on, man. And you just look at him. And the way you look, he just knows that you really mean business. Then he leaves it. Hey, let's get a beer, he says, or whatever. He totally changed his mind so quickly. How is it? Only because he saw in your eyes you're totally ready now for him. You're gonna give it your best shot. And it's all you should do. You should give it your best shot.
I've been on an English course since I was young. Your English is improved.
Really?
Your Anglo-Saxon is coming along.
Oh, thank you, Master.
You're
But-
saying facts so perfectly now.
I will tell you one other thing that most people don't know. It's just a secret between me and Master Bill. All these things I'm telling you now,
Tell them.
oh, I can't tell you now. I can't tell you.
Yeah, you can tell.
I can tell him? Okay. He was the one who secretly taught me all these things. And he taught them to me in a bar, because I have just the same questions like you had. I have the very same questions, and I didn't know where to get the answers. So one day we sat in a pub and I talked for I don't know how many hours with Master Bill, and he told me all these things. And then I went and I did them, and now I tell you. So, question?
Okay, I'm not quite sure I understand what you said, but you said that if it was a fight, you know you have nothing to lose because you know death was a good thing.
Yeah, you can say this was the way of this.
If I went into a fight, I would fight for my life. I would not fight because I was not scared to die.
Yeah, I would not advise you to embrace death like the samurais. But I just told you what kind of effect it had.
I know the effect.
But you see,
I know
this,
the effect.
so if you don't want to,
But if I went into a fight, I wouldn't fight because I wouldn't care about my life.
yeah,
If I was going to fight, I would
fight because
very
you
much
care for your
about
life.
my life.
I like totally your philosophy. I hate the samurai philosophy. But I will say one.
I understand what you said before.
I just told you one thing, and I understand your question. I think I understand your question. If I don't, you have to correct me.
Yeah.
But what I meant to illustrate with the samurai was just this one thing. If you are really determined about something, it will just show in your voice, it will show in your eyes, it will be some kind of vital charisma that just shines from you, and people will feel, hey, this guy's got something, I don't know what the fuck, I don't know what it is.
Just as long as you say it properly.
Okay. But you just feel, the guy has something, and what he has is a determination, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
So,
understand that, but
if you are Taoist, if you're Chinese, you will just change it around a little bit, and you will, instead of doing Masashi, you will do Sun Tzu, and say war is based on deception, and you will just, instead of being willing to die, you will fake it. So you will fake it till you make it, which means you will just fake it. It means you are not really brave, you don't really want to die, but you just fake it in front of the guy. You will say, I'm not ready to die. Right. And he will feel, hey, the guy is ready to die. He will shine from you. So you'll fake it till you make it. You will not be a samurai, but you will come across as a samurai. You get the idea?
yeah, now I understand it.
Now you got it. You don't have to die or anything. So I also don't like the samurai idea. You know why? They're always so serious, and if anything goes wrong, then they have to kill themselves and all this. I don't like it. I think it makes you too stiff. That could be an English joke. I just didn't know it. Yeah. So, this is the next thing. So now we have a few points we have made. One point is the opposite of fear is courage. Courage is not really a feeling. Courage is an act inspired of a feeling. When you show courage and when you start to practice courage in your life, it's not got to do with hitting anybody's nose. It's a kind of thing you can use when you just suddenly have to speak in front of 200 people. You can do it because you have you're just used to doing something which scares you, and you can try your best to do the best you have. And Carsten also recently told me he was going for exams, and normally most people, they have been tested for the exams, they wait so many years for studying some subject, and now within 1 hour everything has to be decided. You've been here so many years, you have read your homework so many times, or you haven't read it at all, I don't know. And now they will give you some number which is supposed to state how good you are, how much you studied. So it tends to give you some fear. Because the worth you have is determined by somebody else. I don't like that, and I don't think most people like it. So you feel something, but all his friends in his class, they always so afraid. All the signs which we talked about when we talked about the ACT, edge thing, circle within the body, everybody had the same symptoms, but he just could cope with it. It was just like a natural thing, because what can this guy do to you? What can this guy ask you, which will make me more fearful than somebody hitting you in the face every Thursday? It's just like pale in complexion. So when you're in the disco and you really want to dance with this girl and she's so nice and you're just so afraid she's gonna say no, then you just think, hey, I'm afraid she's gonna say no. But I will ask her anyway. And you ask her and she says yes. And then you'll get married and have children. Happily ever after. So this is the way you should look at it. You should not look that you should be fighters and you just go and hit somebody on the head and you're so terrible and you can beat everybody. Because not everybody can be Superman. And not everybody should be Superman. But everybody should have a thing in their life where they have a chance to develop and go forward and improve and be better next year than I was last year. Or do the things I want to do without being stopped by my own fear. This is what it's all about. And then there's one last thing which is very necessary to talk about in this context. And this is the one thing. I see it everywhere in myself and everywhere I look. We have so many desires. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to be first technician. I want to have a big car. I want to whatever. I want to have a nice girlfriend. I want to have a whatever. You know, so many things. I want to have these clothes. I want to have this music. I want to have this TV. I want to have whatever. So many things we want in our life, and we have so little energy to go and get it. And I know how much it takes just to be a good fighter. How much energy Carsten put in getting 50 fights or whatever. Now almost he will get 100 soon. But when he got his certificate for 50 fights, and he got his certificate for Fight Club instructor, and he fought the big guy, how much energy, how many hours do you think he spent to get it? Is it the kind of thing anybody can just walk out and take it? Is it the kind of thing you put some coins and you get it? Of course not. You have to really, really work. And if anything is worth getting in your life, you have to pay for it. It's not just a thing. If they give it freely, I don't want to have it. It's not worth anything. Why do you think so few people reach to the top of Mount Everest? Because it's really difficult to get there. And if you want to get there, you have to be so determined in going there. Do you think I'm going to Mount Everest, now I want an ice cream. And you go and get an ice cream. Oh, I think I want Mount Everest. You go, oh, no, I want a new car. You're never going to get Mount Everest. You're never going to reach the top. Because how much energy do you have? You only have so much energy. And you should not put it everywhere. You should put it in a few places which is realistic for you to go and get the thing you want to get. So if you do Wing Chun and you are becoming a doctor, you have to choose. I'm a doctor, I'm a plastic surgeon, I have to read so much, I have to have so many exams, and I like Wing Chun, but what do I like most? What is most necessary for me? And then I'll advise, suppose you really want to be a professional or plastic surgeon, go and do it. And Wing Chun will be your hobby. Don't go and fight, of course not. You should just come 2 times a week and do your thing and have the vital charisma which stems from feeling, hey, I have the best system in the world and I think I can do a pretty good job if somebody jumps me. But you shouldn't do like this guy. Don't think about anything else at all. Just train every day and never stop training and train so many hours and your SIfu tells you, hey, don't train so much, and you still do it. And you shouldn't do that, because if you do it, your plastic surgery, whatever, is going to suffer. So this is what I mean. You have so much power, you apply it in one place. You let your energy go here, there, here, there. You can do it, but you're not going to get anything. You should apply whatever energy you have, and you concentrate in a few areas. And where should you concentrate? I can't tell you. You have to find out yourself. But I can tell you one thing. Every man in his own heart, he will feel something. This is my dream. This is what I want to do. So do it. Why not? You can do it, and you can get what you want. I believe it, totally. And I've seen it again and again. But when you look again, try to look again and see how many things do you carry in your heart which comes from other people's desires. Other people told you, oh, this is so desirable. Other people told you, oh, this is really nice. Other people, you should get, you go to Hawaii, you go to, I was in Hawaii. No, I wasn't in Hawaii. I was in a holiday, I can tell you the place, and it was totally fantastic. I just lie there and I was just in the water and it was like the sun was shining and there was and the girls and it was just totally fantastic. I forgot about my work, I forgot about my worries, and I just became one with everything, and I was happy. And when I came home, I had so much energy, and I was ready for everything. And I told you about it, and you said, "Hey, where is it?" "Yeah, this address." And you go there and you lie and bask in the water. They say, "When is it coming?" It's not the kind of thing that comes. It's the kind of thing that comes not from going to some specific place that I told you. It's the kind of thing that comes from going with your own heart. And you are the one who knows what you should do. I don't know what you should do. You know it. You feel it. So you follow that feeling. But you just pay attention when you follow. Where did I get this idea from? Is it my own idea? Or did somebody impose from outside and told you this is good, and you have to do what other people think? I think everybody inside knows, if they really look, what is desirable, what I want to do. And if you decide and you think it's a good thing, do it. But don't do it 10%. Do it 100%. Or if you have no time to do it 100%, hey, do it 50%. But no, don't worry about the other 50%. Don't think, oh shit, I should have done it more. I should accept it and go on. So this is pretty much the end of the story. So last is just questions. And if you want to ask anything, you should do it quite shortly.
No, but I just wanted to supplement on the experience, because I think here Carsten's sitting, and he's a very big guy. Maybe some of you young guys think, okay, he had 55, so of course it's no problem for him to go into an exam. But I thought just maybe some of you guys would appreciate hearing that. I had only very few fights, but I also had experience that you explained that you will get from having experienced fights, being that you can face other challenges. As I said, I only had a few ones, and I didn't face any big guys. 2 of them were girls, so it was like, it was not something very frightening as such. But still, everybody has tried wearing a mask and having to be there, even though you feel better and like your entire body just wants to run out of the room if it wasn't because you were there and it would be a
Stay here, don't run away.
No, you don't have to say that, but because you just don't do that. Everybody who's tried that knows that it is a challenge in itself. And I got hurt a little bit in my...
Little bit.
Yeah, I got a concussion.
Short bit.
Yeah, but not too long after one of the fights that I had to start this new job, and they had this new computer system, and I thought it was so frustrating. I just couldn't figure it out. It was an insurance company, and I had to go to this 1-week course, and I just didn't want to do it, and I was so tired right after my exams, and I thought to myself, okay, can I get a concussion? No. Can will they break my teeth? No. Okay, so what's the problem? And that's the kind of perspective you get. And okay, I'm 31 years old, and
This I think was enough.
Yeah.
So, no, it was quite nice explanation. So this is what we're trying to point out. But let's not go into more details.
Okay.
This is the essence of the whole thing. It's not about fighting. It's about what it's about.
But then again, fighting can be a way, because a lot of us, we like Wing Chun. Some of us love Wing Chun. So, and once in a while there comes this fool around who want to challenge us. Of course, our Sifus have told us to be nice to people. We don't want to punch them down because they say Wing Chun sucks. But some... Yes. But I work as a doorman as well, and a lot of people know that I train Wing Chun. So this guy comes up to me one day, and he's a big guy. He trains some other Kung Fu style, and he starts to be nice. And we talk a bit about the styles. I listen to him, like I've learned from the Sifu. Of course I'm nice to the guy. He say that he trained a very good system. I say, oh, well, let him hear. And then he gets courageous. He tries to pull the line a bit longer. So he says, my Sifu beat SIfu Henning. What? He was silent. And of course, I could have smacked him down, of course, but I said, oh, you Sifu must be a very strong guy, because I know SIfu Henning. For me, he's a strong guy. And he looks at me, and then he says, I beat SIfu Henning. And then, of course, enough is enough. And I said, okay, if you beat one of my Sifus, you can beat me. I don't want to hear any more of your shit. I've been nice to you, so let's go to the yard and have a fight. Let's see, because I'm nothing. I'm just a student. And if you beat my Sifus, you can beat me. He says, okay, let's go. And that took me by surprise, because I thought he was just talking, But we went into the yard and he did warm up the worm style and so I'm watching this guy and he did all in very nice, he did all. I'm standing like 4 meters away and I'm waiting. Of course he should have his moment to warm up. Huh? And he said, okay, what's now? He said to me. I said, okay, now I'm gonna knock you down, I'm gonna kick your teeth out. And he said, oh, I'm not quite ready for that. And I said, what did you think? Oh, but he hit me and I hit him and so I said, I cannot do that. Okay, I cannot do that. You wanna hit me? We fight. Or else you must go out again and be nice, huh? And he said, oh, I go. And then there was this guy who trained the same system who worked in another bar, and I said, hey, I just have one of your students, you know, very funny guy. He said, what? And he pulled his student in and they fight in the yard. And it was very funny because they did this. And I was sitting on the roof watching them and they got in a fight. And then this guy who first challenged me, I challenged my SIfu, he got a kick on the leg and he said, time out, time out. It was very funny, it was very funny. But you know what, of course, I didn't want to defend the system out because he pulled the line so much. Huh? I was nice to him, I was talking about his system and all that. But I was always also ready to, you know, show him where you lie. Okay? But if I haven't got like that experience with the WT fights, I will never have done that. Because maybe I doubted myself. But now I took him by surprise and he was not ready for that. But he could talk a lot.
Okay, det er altså ikke cylinder med helt. Det er masser af pinde, og det skal man. Og tæller bare. Nej, det har vi også.
Gem knæ i hovedet.
Right.
Ah, stop. Try.
Lidt skalle på den. Okay. Og så ramt til lidt. Du kan også se, kun er det.
Bare til at starte på mit øvrigt.
Hvis nu kommer en kommentar, lad være med at
Ja, jeg er på den, ja. 7. 8.
Jeg er langt skridt.
Ja, det glemmer jeg også.
Jeg jagter.
Ind med det samme. Ha' en kontrol med hans knæ. Slå ham i nyrerne. Slå ham her. Brug jeres albuer, hvis I har lyst til det. Jeg har I garanteret. Når han trykker igen, når han kommer ind her, hvis trykket er meget over i den side her, kan I se det, så fortsætter jeg simpelthen i den her vej. Så jeg har altså to muligheder. Den første, i det øjeblik han kommer her, at jeg bevæger mig herover og står. Den anden er, at i det øjeblik, okay, vi skal gå herover i stedet for, jeg er i positionen her, når han så kommer og trykker ind her, så kan jeg gå herover igen, og vi kan fortsætte. Men hvis i det øjeblik kommer her, at han er der, så kan jeg ikke gå over til den side, and I can't move to this side. So the moment this happens, I go this way. So I'm behind him. So the idea here is that I simply go forward and I attack him, and it's just an attack like this. It's just a push. And he obviously has his hands up, so the moment
Ja, tak. Ja, jeg skal også til solcamp på. Jeg vidste det.
Så må du godt, så må du godt.
Så fint med.
Og jeg skal også det. Det er ikke noget. Nej, det siger jeg. Ja. Hvad siger jeg?
Jeg vil ikke slås. Jeg vil ikke slås.
Kan du være med på forbi der? Den bedste, det er helt sikkert. Det er godt. Sidste gang. Du ser ud, som om du vil slå penge. Jeg står bare sådan. Og her går du væk fra mig.
Jeg vil ikke slås.
Så stepper jeg væk sådan her.
Det lyder jo.
Det er ikke om det.
Han er syg.
Jeg vil heller ikke slå dig. Jeg vil ikke. Er der noget galt eller hvad?
Så har jeg tit mit ben fremme, så han ikke kan sparke mig pludselig, fordi normalt vil jeg ikke tillade mig at komme så tæt på mig, uden at sparke ham. Jeg vil ikke, hvis jeg skal kæmpe med dig, og du står der, det vil jeg ikke have. Så vil jeg med det samme angribe. Men ellers så kan det være, at jeg beskytter mig ved at have mine hænder op og have mine ben fremme. Ikke? Så nu står vi her med vores ben fremme på den her måde, og så kommer han frem og slår med den der hånd. Bam! Og så tager jeg mit skridt udenom ham. Is it nice?
Yeah. Thank you, person.
Strange person. Så herfra, lige snart han slår, så tager jeg et skridt. Jeg gør det bare sådan her. Så jeg så hurtigt kommer over på den her side. Han prøver at angribe mig. Okay, lad os gøre det lidt hurtigt. Det står sådan, at så er der her, så kommer jeg frem. Så står jeg her. Så hvis I kan gøre det på en, I kæmper med, så ved han ikke, hvor I er henne. I står foran, om han slår, og han er måske vant til nogen, der gør sådan, eller nogen, der gør sådan. Når jeg får et slag. Så pludselig, når han slår jer, så står I her. Bag i ham, Og det er værdien af skridtarbejde, at kunne have sine kanoner. Vi har vores kanoner, og når han slår, så begynder de at skyde, ikke? Men hvis I kan stå herude og få dem til at skyde, så ved han ikke, hvor skuddene kommer fra. Og man så kan sige, vi har forventet, at han skyde. We took him to get out of his line and shoot him from a new angle. Okay? Det starter med benet fremme her. Lige snart han bevæger sig, så står I herovre. Og I kan slå mere. Nede. Langsomt med leveren. Og I kan slå med over. Så I kan bare slå pause. Så vi starter herfra. Benene frem, I kan hænderne op. Eller det hænderne frem. Det er skridtet. Vi starter med at øve det stille og roligt. På den her måde igen og igen. Det hedder træning. By the way, this is called training. What you want to do, you practice it again and again. Don't. Do you remember what SIfu said? Was the foot like this? Let's look at the other guys. His foot is. Oh, SIfu! How do you do it, brother? So never training, just thinking and talking. And now, I was a little tired this way. You never do anything if you just practice like it. So you have to be like a machine. Hele tiden, igen og igen, så kommer det ind i jeres system. Og når det er det, så begynder vi på det her. Okay, now you don't do it like that. You do it. Put the foot forward. And you stand like this, and I stand like this. And I come forward and attack, and then you move this way. Exactly. Hey, be careful. And again. Oh, I hit you. You move too slowly, alright? You ready? Again. Very nice. You see? Now he's moving. And this is the whole thing. Don't be too slow. You should really move in quickly. And if you move in quickly, don't do anything now. You move from here and you... Okay? So you know if you move fast enough or not. Right? As you're here. Oh, I got you. Okay? So then when you do it now, you will start to look less like this, you hit me. And you will start to look a little more like this. You have to do it much faster. You see? You just get out of the way. And you quickly get back in the way. So, one foot in the front, the other guy's in like this, and he suddenly, BAM! Jabs you with a very fast jab. As fast as possible. It's too slow. You don't signal, you should cheat me and hit me. That's it. Okay, and as soon as he counts, you do this. And then you, if you are fast enough, you just move your step. Otherwise you have your control here. Little extra control. Oh, what do you have in your eyes? It's right here, jump cue. Du spørgsmål?
Okay.
Ja?
Skal du have hele tiden kontrol på en... Ja. Bliver du hele tiden kontrol på en styresæde?
Ja, det er en god idé. Så han angriber dig. Du kan ikke ramme med den. Nu er det svært at ramme med den. Du kan heller ikke ramme med den. Du kan heller ikke ramme med den. Du kan heller ikke ramme med den. Fordi jeg hele tiden beskytter mig mod. Så længe jeg mærker, at den er her, så passer jeg på den. Men hvis jeg mærker, at du er ned, så slår jeg. Så er der ingen grund til at bekymre sig om det. Okay? Prøv at træne det.
Maybe move from side to step. Don't just automatically step in. If you attack, it's based on the distance you've got. And if I can shock you and you don't move, then I'm moving to the side instead of moving forward. If you move, then I'm moving forward. Yeah? Don't always assume it's an attack. It's a tactical. It might be to the side.
So you've gone
Yeah. Then it more. Well, not necessarily, because do the attack to me slowly. Yeah. If I move back, yeah, you've got to keep coming forward to get me. But if you come at me again, and I move sideways, you didn't have to move too far. So it depends what I want to do. If I want to try and get you off balance, then maybe I move backwards, try and hope you can follow me. Yeah, so exactly. So with this first one, I don't want to just go straight back, I want to go back and to the side. Yeah, so I've got more time. Yeah, now I've got you. Then I come to here, now maybe I've got time to move, so I get here, and I've got strength, chop. Now I'm in trouble though, so this one comes here, and you pull me down, hoping to get me on that, but it doesn't work, so I have to move that way. Yeah, like I did before, I might be trying to do that. Yeah. No, but then if that happens, yeah, let go of the sword. I'm thinking, yeah, great, I've got the sword, and you just punch me, and you're wearing armour. This is a style for in armour, so you've got armour and elbows, and so if you're in trouble, don't try and hold on to the sword. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, because I've got this, I've got that, I've got this. If we're wearing armour, I'm trying to stab where all the gaps are, which are under the arms and in the crutch and in the face. So if we do get close, then I can hit. I've always got all this, I've got that, I've got pressure, I can lever with it, all kinds of things. Yeah, well just because people think, oh, it's a sword, so you just chop with it. But it isn't, because you've been using it like a hammer, trying to do this. So you can come in and I can use it like a bayonet on a gun. There's lots you can do with it. But if you think, well, fuck it, I'm going to lose it, then you've lost it. So forget about it and start kicking the shit out of it. Use your fists, and use your elbows, use your feet. Okay.
Står de og klinker derovre, de ligger bag, hvordan er det?
Yeah, everything was good up until then. There's a joke.
Nicholas, not very easy. You corrected your leg. You went back and you didn't come in with the right leg the first time, but you did the second time, so you knew it was wrong. But the right leg was the hard bit. I'll show you what it is. You've both got the bottom. Coming down. If you go across the hill, with the left hand, then go in with the right. Now, don't look down, and don't change your hands till you move. You haven't got to. I'll do your side. So your cut is across there. Right. He comes in, and now you need to come in with that leg. So you you can step with that one, but you've got to come in with the other one. Right. Now step back. Now he goes up, and he cuts up to here. As you get to here, if you throw it, and then you step. Look. Then he comes. Don't look up and don't do what you just did there. Look. Too late. It doesn't have to be what we do, because if he did that and got under there and went, and then he hits you there like that, and then you slice the throat like that, it wouldn't be any good anyway. So you move first. That's okay. Let's do it from the top. Good. Back. Now don't move too good. Step back. No, don't twist the hand. Step back first. When you're attacked, move first. Good. Let go. No. You just let go quick, because you're going to get your teeth out. Let go. No, wait. You know what I'm doing. I may not. Look. Don't do it. It may not be the same. You have to wait for me to do this, and then you start. Yes. Yeah, because you know what's coming next, but you wouldn't. Good. Let's have a look.
Okay. Det hedder bonser, men der er mange af de gamle bokser, der havde en position herude. Og de brugte dem på den her måde, når de bokser. Og de brugte også på den her måde, hvis han huggede, hvis man blev overrasket af dem, så gjorde de sådan her. Og hvis de kom heroverfra, så gjorde de sådan her. Og hvis de kom lige her, og det var George Foreman, og det lykkedes jo ikke. Men når I ser George Foreman, når han møder for eksempel Holyfield, og du slår, så kan han bare se. Har I set dem, der har set Foreman? Han havde det. Det lignede mere dobbelt lancer. Og det kom fra, det har han lært fra Arsenal. Og det er en måde, det er for at beskytte sig selv på. Og man skal være inde i rigtig fedt, når man møder noget, der slår rigtig hårdt. Ikke få så mange slag. Begge ting. Så nu bruger de det til nu. Det er stålet godt. Nu stiller vi det tilbage på den. Nej, det gør vi ikke. Det er original invention. Hvis jeg ser på dig, så kan du til at lave jump til du har i det. Der er en helt anden invention-stilart i Kina. Der findes en anden invention-stilart, som også er invention. Hvis du sker lidt lave jump, så kunne du det til sådan her, hvor du angreb. Sådan der, ikke? Main invention. Men en dag så stod han. Der var nogen, der hørte, at han var så god op, han var så stærk og dygtig og sådan noget. Og han var en fantastisk kung fu kæmper, og den dag, der stod han og lænede sig op i muren. Og så kom de der, de unge fyr, der ville angribe. Og så sagde de, vi angriber dig, og vi har hørt det. Så sagde han, okay, bare angriber. Så angreb de. Så brugte han til en sillandsvention. Så i stedet for at bruge selvlinjen, så gjorde han det på den her måde. Så han brugte sådan en slags stormvention, når de kom. Han gad ikke at flytte sig. Skal du virkelig ramme her? Det var hans stormvandskud. Virkelig dårligt. Han gad ikke engang at lade være med det, så kunne du siden til. Når man laver sydlandsvention, så virker det også godt, kan jeg sige, ikke? Så i stedet for at blive klopskrækket, så er det med. Mistet til Tamasun, som der var mistet til Lippmark. Nu bruger jeg det på den her måde, I står her. Jeg har styr til den, ikke? Den ene til sådan her. bevæger os. Hvis du tæt på, hvis du slår. Bare lidt albuen, holde hånden lidt foran her. Bonjour. Og så kom tilbage med jeres armdag. Okay, prøv det. Så. Chok så. Og du så. Russo skal være bag. That's it. Just do the same. It is only shock. Hey! Oh, don't shock. That's it. Ready? You ready? Okay, so we just do
Oh, no.
Ready? That's good. Now you can do it. Let's try again.
Den anden arm under.
Den anden arm under. Det skal ikke gøre for meget sådan. Det er mere en definitiv bevægelse end et chok. Det betyder, at I ikke har tid til at gå frem. Du står ikke til at gøre det, så jeg kommer til at bevæge definitivt. Skal panden? Så det er virkelig kramme. Sådan. Ser det ud som om han prøver at gøre det, eller? Jeg føler ikke, han prøver at gøre det. Synes du heller ikke, det ser
Det er lidt halvhjertet.
Du er halvhjertet?
Det er lidt halvhjertet. Ja,
Var det mere helhjertet?
en lille smule.
En lille smule? Det er ikke for dårligt. Det er alt for halvhjertet. Du skal være rigtig hurtig. Sådan der. Var det bedre?
Ja.
Okay, så er det det, vi gerne vil se. Sådan. Okay. Hvordan ser det ud nu?
Nogenlunde.
Han er langt fra, når han starter. Han har ikke så god chance.
Okay, lad os prøve igen. Okay, stop. Stå stille. Så slår jeg. Så løber jeg gang til Rosa. Er du klar? Okay, nu gør du det samme sted. Er du klar? Nu. Okay. Er han halv eller helhjertet?
Det er slet ikke noget hjerte.
Langsomt. Slå ind.
Hver gang han slår, så flytter hovedet 10 cm normalt.
Og så hurtigt. Er du klar? Okay, forstå hvor hurtigt det er, vi snakker, det skal fungere. Og hvor lidt tid man har, når det går så hurtigt. Så det eneste, man kan nå, hvis man ikke har balancen, det er lige når han slår. Så tager jeg det kun op. Okay. Godt, nu er der virkelig fart på. Nu bliver jeg helt forskrækket. Og så skal du gøre den tilbage. Så herfra, så kommer han frem her. Sparker han. Sådan. Ikke så. Så går jeg ind i jer. På begge sider kan han sparke. Han har sparket. Jeg kaster ikke med, men jeg håber, I kan bruge jeres fantasi til at forestille jer, hvordan det ser ud. Det tror jeg også, I kan. Er der nogen, der har problemer med fantasi? Jeg kan ikke forstå. Du har det? Okay, kom. Går det bedre med den nu? Okay, så lige når du sparker, så løfter jeg så armen op. Prøv at undgå det her. Hold den her. Her kommer han ikke til at falde, når I laver jeres lauser. Ligesom I skal bruge, når I står, han kommer frem. Løft ham opad. Ja. Sådan der. Kom. Og op. Nu gør vi herfra. Du slår. Okay, og så bytter I. Og I må sparke begge sider. I siger ikke, hvilken af siderne I sparker i nu. Men når I parerer, prøv at se, hvad jeg gør. What's up? Den her, den er af. Hvis I har 6. grad, så kan I lave, hvad vi gør til. Ellers er det nok, at I bare gør det her. Den her laver what's up. Den her laver pakke. Den beskytter I. Okay. Så kaster.
Ind og ramme os. Men vi er ude og møde det her. I samme øjeblik, at vi får kontakt med hans ben her, med den her hånd.
Der er en, der kan sparke med hånd. Der er ikke noget, der kan møde sig.
I samme øjeblik, vi får kontakt, så vender vi den, ligesom vi gør i formen. Og det er en lavsav. Den løfter vi. Og hvis vi er rigtig modbydelige, så gør vi ikke bare det her, og så smider ham væk. Så gør vi det her, at vi løfter den rigtig højt. Ikke? Samtidig med, at vi sender den anden frem i halsen på ham, så vi sender ham ned, den vej ned, med nakken først. Så er der et par andre muligheder. At vi for eksempel siger, nå, okay, nu står der ikke så godt, vel fætter, guf. Bang! Så sparker vi hans andet ben, eller tager det her, eller giver ham knæ. Okay? Men hvis I vælger at gøre den første løsning her, så lad være med at få det til at være sådan noget karateblok. Jo! Og så. Men få det til at flyde. Lige med det samme. Ikke 1, 2. Okay. Prøv både at få det til at flyde her, og så prøv eventuelt at tage, hvor I sparker hans ben, eller giver ham knæ. Og så er jeg ligeglad, hvad I laver bagefter. Okay?
Han kom flere. Ja.
Kan I ikke lave noget rent? Kan I ikke lave noget
Opvisning.
Ja.
Nå, det jeg stikker lige kajen fra. Så kan vi gøre det der, så vil jeg sige, at måske ikke. Ja. Det kunne jeg ikke finde på.
Jeg skal også gøre bare.
Det er nødt til at sige. Så vi bare ham ud i halsen i stedet for, før han får lyst til at købe det.
Ja, det er hurtigt frem.
Det kan være meget svært. Altså, jeg kan ikke få ham, når det bliver låst her. Det er så igen, at du ikke skal være der. Du skal ikke bare stå her, men du skal sige, okay, der kommer et spark, og lige så snart det kommer, så er vi ude her. Men hånden op. Det skal under fremdrift, så kan det være.
Sådan kraft.
Puts in the air, you're pulling in that extra 6 inches to give you the advantage. If you don't go anywhere, he's not going to come in. Now that's the hard one, and why do you put it in there?
I'm fucking crossing my feet.
See, the thing is, you can do that, but again, you need to know how to.
Yeah, Steve said there's a way of doing
that's
that.
a bit. Yeah, because you can do what you call Carly footwork and stuff like that, but they have to be able to keep it moving. Otherwise, you get caught. You slip up and you get caught, and you die. So again, make sure you do the move. You keep the pressure on. Yeah. You get out of the right distance, but make sure your balance is correct. So don't jump. Okay, look, don't do this. Because in midair, you're probably going to get some kind of contact. Maybe. If you do, it's going to be all over. It's going to trip. Yeah. Just make sure you keep contact with the ground. So when you move, and again, bring this foot up there. So you're not all flat and like this, but bring it up and bring your knees slightly in there. And bring your shoulder into it. Yeah. You feel like you're pushing me, and that you can take the push. So you can apply power. You know, you can do it and stuff. Yeah. Not like this. So you're falling over. Put the weight, 50-50 something, and then you can, from there you can feel how you can move it around, yeah? So don't start like this. So just keep it over. That's the, okay. So you're jumping in. You're turning, it's not bad though, but again, it's very, very large movement. You see, what you're doing is this. So you're all the way over here. There's no need for that. And it's a swing. If you swing like a double grip baseball bat, then I can't, just stick right into that. There's a lot of power there. So unless I get it very early and take the power, I need to move. So do that then. Then it's a bit moving, because I need to make sure I can take that power away and then push. As long as it's just a stick, yeah? It needs to not be right there in the path, but still need to, I mean, minimal movement is better, yeah? So again, when you hit me, you want to be in. Two people with me. Because in that time you could have done 2 movements, right? Or just double move, instead of going whoop. You could just do 1 move, or 2 quick ones and 1 long, unless you have to. Okay, so do a small move now. Don't be afraid of the stick, yeah? Just think about where you're going. There's so much on your toes, so much. Bring it up though, but keep the centre out in the middle. Don't bring it all the way forward. Go back, bring it up. Got a tough with it now. But you can't get it last bit in it. You're here, you can go zoom, zoom. All the time. From there to there. See, it's not moving. It should be there. Because again, see, I'm not here, yeah? I'm not here. Yeah. Away from the power, not going to hit more. Boom, from here, I can control it and feel it. If you keep going, I can feel it, I can control you, yeah? Like just hitting with the target. I got it. Enough. Take you up. Sorry. Again. Try to stay focused on this. Enough. From here. Going inwards, but just away from that. Just away from this, but just slightly, yeah? Not too much. Just drastic. It is. Touch it away. Can't reach. One more time. But that's basically what you need to focus on. Stay on that. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing it on the, when it's difficult in sparring, right? Because the practice so fast, not a room, but if you punch me, still same thing, yeah? Again? It's the same football, same idea. Just make sure you don't have a better like this. You know? Now it's difficult if you come in across, yeah? But if you stay on your feet, I can go, come again, and move, again, and move. So, yeah, and go, and go, yeah. Decide that any time though, you do it first time, yeah? First time, so I don't need to wait. Depends on the situation. And you've got to work with it. But I'm not thinking, defence. I'm thinking, what can I do to get in there and finish it off? That's it. Not to think about. Not to think about it. Fairly simple, but the thing is, you've got to learn the move. Yeah.
It sounds simple, but they may tell you how you've got to do it in the foot and then start.
You need to teach your body to do it, to get the feeling that this is right. The brain's going to know what to do in situations. So I don't do this. I do, what the fuck's I'm looking at here? It's important. Let's cool it down. Yeah, barbecue in a minute.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Thanks. It's yours. Go play with it.